Hi guys, and a warm welcome to this masterclass with me, Pierre J, aka Hertz. Let's go into the last bits, and it's the top frequencies. Here is one hi-hat going on over there. Here's another hi-hat going on over there. You can see I pan them out a bit to get some like vibe, like and then I put one like very centered right here, the last one. And yeah, I added a little spring reverb on that one, so you can hear the old classic spring reverb. And on top of that, a side chain. So instead of just going like this, you get a little ducking effect as well on this reverb. So that cleans up the whole sound environment a bit if you use the sidechain even on reverbs and stuff like that. And as you can maybe noticed, I used it on 54%, so I didn't use it like all the way because it's ducking too much. And without is no groove. So a little bit of that and the extra. And here's the funny thing. Here is a track I did 2018 in April, and it's called Techno for some reason. And it says techno, everything without a kick. So I just exported out a drum channel sounding like this. On the track, I don't think I ever released it, so it's just like I had this laying around, and it's doing some sweeps and some, as you can hear, there was a phaser thing going on. And it gives you some like live, is yeah, feeling alive basically. Here's a ride coming in the same channel as well. And there's an extra quirky top here. You can even hear a kick here I had on this channel. So let's play it all together. Just yeah, so this is the track. How it's done, exactly how it's done. You have everything here that you can see. I'm not sure. I will take the master channel, of course, and also how I master the track in the end. But this is basically all of it when it comes to mixing. The only thing I didn't show you this far was the high frequencies. Yeah, there was like a shaper box thing on this one. So this loop sounding like this. But I wanted a little before thing, and then like a shorter instead of. And also here we have something going on. Yeah, it's like a frequency thing on this one. Instead of a lot of crap under there, I just wanted this part, so I took everything else away. And I also side chained that one like this instead of that. I only got this bit left. And the spring reverb I showed you already. And yeah, then we have the master channel. So let's see what the master channel has done for the track. Maybe I just put away these plugins. I can see, as you can see here, I used 3 plugins. I used 3 plugins that I ended up not using. So I wanted to have this like punchy French-ish vibe with the compressor, to have it really compressed and really like banging. But I tried a plug child, which is this one from Waves. It's the old classic Fairchild compressor. Didn't work for me. I also tried this one, Kramer, which I used a couple of times. I think the best example for that is a track I did for Umek a very long time ago for his compilation called, is it Red Rider? I think it's called. It's mega compressed with this one, and it's sounding extremely fat, I think. So, but it didn't work on this track. I also used the classic DBX 160, also a Waves plugin. Didn't work for me either. So I ended up using my PSP. And then I used an EQ, and then OTT again, but I will open them one by one so you can see. And finally a limiter, and it didn't do anything. It just like make sure it didn't clip. So let's put these on one by one. I leave the limiter on as it's not affecting the sound. So let's see what is happening when I press play here. The first OTT. Smashing it quite a lot. Put the mastering compressor in. Yeah, now we get this ducking feeling. Putting another OTT on this. Now it's all starting to come together. Really nice. And finally the EQ. And here you can see the limiter. Not doing much. And this is my kind of main problem on every track I do. Always I have less mid, too little mid all the time, very much bass, very little and some highs, but very little mid. And a lot of the song is in the mid part. Then it depends on what type of techno you want to do. There are some really bass heavy parts that only have very low end and very top-ish things and not so much in the mid. But if we're talking like music production in general, the frequency spectrum should be all used, so to speak. And if I'm not doing like a minimal thing or something special, you try to even out the balance a bit, so you get a nice EQ with a lot of bass, a lot of mid, and also a lot of highs, all together as smashed as it can be, or sounding good in my ears. So this is the whole session. Then it's like building up and down. It's not much to talk about there, I think. It's just things coming in and out, and you can hear the track, you know. Of course, you know where to find it on all services, Beatport, Spotify, yeah, wherever you want to listen to it. Yeah, so that's the track. But we have one more thing to talk about with this one, and it's the mastering bit. So let's close this project and see. Here is the original session. You can see the date. And I started to relaunch, when I relaunched Sway, in early 2023, I did a lot of tracks in December. So this was the 6th track I did. So it's called Techno number 6. I always date them like this when I do anything. So it's like December, and then it's Techno number 6. And I can tell you that number 4 was Suara, that went number 1 on Beatport. Maybe number 2 even. I think number 2 and 4 was the Suara one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, anyway, those were also some early productions when I tried to do this comeback. So this is kind of all the stuff, but it all started with this one. Interesting, yeah? So let's close that and go into the mastering session. And here we go. Here is the session. So we skip that and we just go into this one. So what have I done here? The track is on 2 different channels, and I will tell you why in a little bit. But we can start with the whole track, and here you see the mastering chain. And if I just keep this limiter on, 7+ dB, then we add the channels one by one and see what it does. So here is the track. First plugin is this Soothie. This is a plugin to take away the hush and what is it called in English? The narrow frequencies like ringings, and it's basically done for live instruments like cymbals and stuff, when you can have the ring tone and you want to get rid of all the ring tones. I can't remember the name now, but the very harsh frequencies, very, as you can hear when I solo this thing that is taken out. Almost impossible to hear, actually. It's maybe some parts in the track where it's, probably the frequency, when I open and close the filters, then you have a resonance. And resonance was the word I was looking for. It takes away the resonance peaks. So that's why I used it. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, here's a perfect example. We listen to it. It's a filter sweep, and all of a sudden you take away the nasty parts, so you don't want to hear that thing. It's just going smooth instead. Okay, so to the next plugin. A little channel EQ. I cut the lows a little bit. Cut the basically everything from, you see the frequency from 100 up to like 4, and then I did a little boost over here. Then I have another OTT here. Not sure if I used it because it was off now, but let's hear it. No, I don't think I used this one. And I used this instead. Yeah, that's how it goes. So I used this FabFilter Pro Multiband, and to be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm doing sometimes, but I tweak the stuff, and as soon as I think it sounds good, it's enough for me. So I can't really tell you exactly how I work this, but yeah, it gives the track a lot of presence, like it's coming closer to you, basically. And part of this EQ took the track a little away from you, like in the distance, but this is getting the right frequency back on again. Then I used another channel EQ. And can't say that I hear much when this is going off, but apparently there are some frequencies here that is disturbing maybe parts of the track, and I needed to get rid of those. So that's why it's cut like these. So finally, the last thing is this part. And what happened when and here's the limiter. You can look at the limiter as well. So it's working quite hard, as you can see, but I love this limiter. I think it's sounding great. I put a little minus 0.1 in here to not get it like clipping. I know that you should have like 0.3 for Spotify and all that stuff, but to be honest, I don't care, and I haven't had any problems with my stuff so far. So I always have like this. 0.11 just to get under 1 dB because you don't want clipping, of course, if I should do it like you should do, you should have this like minus 0.3, but as I said, I do this instead, and it's been working so far, so I stay with that. Okay, so final thing now. Listen here what happens in the beginning. If I put this is exactly the same channel, same plugins, same everything, apart from this one. So listen here. If I take away this and just keep this track as it is, listen how ugly the bass sounds. You can't hear it in here. But it's a nasty distortion in the bass, and you don't want to have that, or at least I don't want to have that. It sounds terrible. So how do I get rid of it, I needed to cut some bass. So listen here. Then the distortion is gone. So I cut the bass in the beginning and the end of the track just to get rid of the distortion. I couldn't do it any other way, so that's how I did it. So that's why it's less bass in the beginning, the first minute, and less bass in the last minute. But as most DJs do, they mix this part anyway, so it really doesn't matter. You can listen here when it goes from that part to the next part. So my friends, Lush Pad released on Sway Records exactly 2 years ago now, played by a lot of famous DJs, and the support was amazing on this one. But the next track I will show you, Timballe, has been even more crazy. So hear me out on my next video where I show you all about Timballe. Hope you enjoyed this little ride. And if you did, please comment and like and share this video as much as you can. Thanks. Bye-bye.